Let's talk about writing with other people. Hi, I am Matthew, and this is Coda. How's your week? I hope you had a nice week. My week was really good. I know what you're thinking. There is no shirt. The shirt was taken to one of the gigs, and I put it in a bag, and I forgot to take it out. So I took it out today, and it was all bunched up, and I really want to look nice for you guys. So today we're just doing the t-shirt. I was thinking of putting like a hoodie on. I have a yellow hoodie, but unfortunately it's too hot for this. It's getting really hot in England, and t-shirt will have to suffice. I had a very nice experience this week, but before we talk about it, let's talk about the artist of the week. But before we talk about the artist of the week, I wanted to ask you guys, what is on your headphones? Like, what do you listen to? What is the music that you discovered recently? Tell me, and I will be very glad to listen to something new from you guys. Maybe we can start a little interaction. This week's artist was Fish, and I don't feel educated enough to tell you what I think about this. As I mentioned a couple of times, I started theory lessons last year to, fill out the gaps in my knowledge, and there's quite a lot of them. And Fish is one of those bands that my theory teacher really loves, because it's really, how do I say this? It's a very intelligent music. It's a very mature music. It's a music that changes a lot. There's a lot of motifs. There are 12-minute songs. There's a lot of motifs and rhythm changes, melody changes, and I loved listening to how they deal with the changes. But would I normally listen to this kind of music? Probably not. It required me to think a lot, and I just found myself, which on one hand is good. There's something that's called deep listening. So there are various ways of how you listen to music. So sometimes you can listen to music with just in the background, Sometimes you know one lyric of the song, so you wait for that one lyric. Or there's this deep listening where you try to analyze everything that's going on. And that very much occurred with this band. And I found myself just thinking all the time. And on one hand it's really good because it makes you think and makes you focus on the music, because sometimes I find myself just listening to something and then I switch off and don't listen to it anymore. But with this band I had to listen all the time, and I enjoyed it, but maybe once a week, when I'm like in my study mode. There is some beautiful motifs that I want to learn from them. Especially the changes, because they use organs a lot with the guitar, and how they change minor to major, and how they introduce one subject within the concept of one scale, and then that changes to the others. That's all beautiful, but not exactly what I will listen to, but something I should listen to develop. So let's talk about what happened this week. I have a friend, Matt Grant, that I'm pretty sure I mentioned before. If I haven't, he's a brilliant guitarist, like amazing, and he's a songwriter as well, generally a musician. He was in Leeds Conservatoire on jazz, which already tells you if he'd done jazz, he probably knows a lot. And we met for the songwriting session on Wednesday, and we went to the park because the weather was very beautiful. He messaged that it would be nice to actually not sit in, but to go. So we went to the little park, we sat down. So co-writing with other people is always interesting, because you don't know what their process is like, and they don't know what your process is like. I usually try to just start playing something, or like throw out some lyrics and see what catches on. And I started playing this little progression. I don't know, I didn't even plan it. I just started playing this progression. How did it sound? Every time, just spontaneous playing doesn't happen. Okay, I remember. So that was kind of the melody, right? And on top of that, I started just saying lyrics and stuff. And then he got a couple of like lines from what I was doing, and then I thought it's gonna be a nice idea to go to the people in the park and ask them, oh, could you give me one word? You know, we're writing a song, and we're just gonna try and put those words into the song. And they did. We got a couple of words, we written them down, and then we started writing. And then Matt took off, but he took off on another level. It was beautiful to watch, because it's always interesting for me to write with native English speaking people. Yeah, that was correct. Because sometimes they make connections. So we had one guy who gave us a word, cricket. And when you think about it, it's quite difficult to put cricket into the song. But Matt, cheeky Matt, changed it into crickets, and then that whole thing worked. I laughed because I was so far behind at some point, so I gave the body to the song, but then he just made it happen. The process was great. Like, I loved it. I loved the fact that we were in a park. I loved that the people who gave us words were interested, so they came to us and like, oh, how's the song going? That was all great. But watching Matt work was great, and again, working with native English speakers is always interesting, because what are you trying to say? Because they have sentences and words that I wouldn't normally use, because I just don't know them. For example, Matt put a lyric, "Take me to the cloud 9," and I didn't know that sentence, and it's a real sentence, and I was like, oh, cool, good to know. But yeah, his brain is amazing, because he not only he remembered all the lyrics, he memorized all the chord progressions. When something wasn't working, he fixed it straight away on the go. And then we went to the open mic right after, and he wanted to play it, and I said, go for it. And he played the whole song. I held the lyrics for him, but he played the whole song, and he just added 50 chords on the top of it, just because he can. And now he came back to me on Friday with a full demo of the song as well. So we're gonna meet next week and go through the demo, fix a couple of things, and send it to producer apparently. So great experience, and yeah, and I was so grateful to watch it. He showed me if we've got a normal riff goes like this. He started putting triplets on top of it, and I always had problems with triplets on the guitar. I love triplets per se, but I always had a problem with like playing them. So what it sounds like, and what he taught me, is this. So that's a normal riff. I already have to think about it. How cool is that? It's great. Great songwriting session, and can't wait to play with him again, because it was just great. Our artist of the week this week. So today is what? Today is 17th. Let's find out who is our artist of the week. 17th. So on 16th of July 1977, Easy by the Motown sign Commodores becomes the group's third US R&B #1 smash, and their second chart topper written by singer-keyboardist Lionel Richie. So you can choose if you want to listen to Commodores or Lionel Richie. I'm gonna listen to the singer-keyboardist Lionel Richie, and that's our artist of the week. I wish you a very nice day, and I wish you a very nice week ahead, and I'll catch you next time in Coda. See you guys.